Hey guys, this is Scott from FrightProps, and today we're going to show you how to create a changing portrait digital illusion using our premium HD triggerable video player and the included software, which is this Bright Author program. I'd say the highest barrier to entry when you're going to walk you through step by step how to go about creating a digital animated prop. So the first thing you're going to want to do is actually format your player. So up in the top left you can see Tools here. You're going to want to go to Tools, and you're going to want to click Set Up Bright Sign Unit. And there's a lot of stuff on here. You actually don't need to do anything else other than specify firmware update. So you click here for Specify Firmware Update. It's going to open up this big kind of crazy window with lots of numbers and letters. Again, there's not much you actually have to worry about here. The version we're currently selling, I believe, is the LS322 or the LS422. But you just look for the model number of your player and click Production Release here. And then you would click OK. That SD card in the player, and it will format it with the most current firmware so that everything will jive with the most recent edition of Bright Author here and allow you to create your video. So once you've done that, if you are not already there, you'll want to go to this Edit tab, and that will get you set to non-interactive. You're going to want to go ahead and click Interactive, and that'll bring up this whole other menu that gives us. They're all from Atmos FX Unliving Portraits DVD. We have a girl here that can change into kind of a scary, ghostly ghoul type lady. The first file is a buffer file, and that's basically a still image. That's what we're going to kind of use as our default. This image here is a kind of a scare image where she's transformed into a scary ghoul creature. And then we also have this, what I'm going to call an ambient animation, which is have the buffer video transition when triggered to this scare video and then go back to the kind of resting buffer image. So to do that, it's pretty simple. We're just going to go and drag our buffer movie into the field here on the right. And then we're going to go ahead and drag the scare video there as well. Doesn't matter where, you can move them anywhere. Up at the top here you can see a number of different buttons. The triggerable video player has inputs up to 7, and we want to use input 0. It's actually the first input if you're using our input adapter. So you're going to go ahead and click the button 0 tab here, and then click anywhere on the bottom of this first video and just drag down to the second, and you'll see it pop up to its number 0 terminal that it's going to trigger this video. And once that happens, we want it to play the video, and then we want it to go back and play this first video again. So to do that, we click this little clipboard here, or clapboard, and that's the Media End Event button. And then we're going to go ahead and click on the bottom of our second video and just kind of drag down into open space, and you'll see a window pop up here. And what we're going to want to do is call movie here that we have, and click OK, and you'll see this appear. So that means that this video will be the main video playing. When it receives a trigger input into its first terminal, or the 0 pin, it'll go ahead and play the video and then revert back to its buffer state. So if we wanted to just go and have that be our full illusion, we could do that and we'd be all set. But I wanted to add one more kind of feature. I wanted to have it a setting where it will play another video if it hasn't received a trigger input for a number of seconds. So to do that, we'll take our kind of creepy moving eye girl, and we'll drag that video here as well. And this is going to be a timed event, so we're going to click our Timeout Event tab here, and again, just anywhere on the bottom of this first video image, we'll drag down out into open space, and that's going to create a timeout event. It's set by default to 6 seconds. We're going to change that to 60 seconds and tell it what to do after 60 seconds of not receiving any trigger inputs. So we'll hit Transition to New State, and we're going to select the Eyes on You Girl video, which is our kind of creepy moving eye video, and click OK, and you'll see this pop up. So that means that after 60 seconds, if there hasn't been any trigger input, it's going to go and play this video here, and then we want to and just click on the bottom of this video here and drag it down and tell it that we want to transition to a new state back to the buffer video, and click OK. And that's essentially it. Our video is all created and it's ready to go. Last thing we have to do is go up to this tab here and publish. It's going to kind of pop up a thing about scheduling. Just say yes. It doesn't matter. It'll want you to save. You can actually schedule things to happen at certain times and days during the week. We don't really want to mess with that. And just click publish. Right now I don't have an SD card in, so it tells me I can't do it, but if you did, that would work just fine, and you would be all set, and you'd just take your SD card then out of your SD card reader for your computer and put it right into the BrightSign player, and it would be all set to go. And that's about it. So as you can see, it's not too complicated, not too scary, and it's actually pretty fun. So hopefully you guys find this helpful, and let us know if you have any questions. You can send an email to sales@frightprops.com or comment on this video. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.